people out there right now who are probably struggling with trauma, mental health, or everything above, right? Anxiety, depression, and all those things involving this exact type journey. And why am I saying it involves this exact type of journey? This is the reason why. Every human out there has a hero's journey. You just don't recognize it yet. You just don't recognize it yet. What's up, everybody? It's Tre Tipton. I'm back again with Tre'd Talk, and today's conversation is talking a lot about everybody's hero's journey. Now, what am I talking about here? What is the hero's journey? The hero's journey talks about how every protagonist in a story, right, goes through a situation where they're on a journey to go save somebody or they're on a journey to find their best success they've ever had. And typically on how it goes is the protagonist has a short story about what they've gone through and who they are, and it's very typically short on who they've been and where they went, right? And then they move on to the actual journey. They get their list of requirements they have to do. They go on the journey. Through that journey, they have problems, they have issues, so therefore they need a helper. That helper is the person that helps them get through the extra amounts of fights that they have to go through, the trials and tribulations that they have to fight through, and then so on and so forth. They go against the character who's typically the super boss and or the evildoer. They defeat the evildoer. Then they return. They're seen as a hero, and then it starts all over again. Now, why are we talking about this? We are talking about this because there's people out there right now who are probably struggling with trauma, mental health, or everything above, right? Anxiety, depression, and all those things involving this exact type journey. And why am I saying it involves this exact type of journey? This is the reason why. Every human out there has a hero's journey. You just don't recognize it yet. You just don't recognize it yet. See, it seems like the trauma that you're currently going through, right, is the hardest thing that you ever been through. It's the hardest thing that you ever had to get through. Reality sets in, right? This is not going to be the last thing that you go through that is difficult. It will not be the last time that you face endeavors. It will not be the last time that things will feel very adverse. You have to realize you're in your hero's journey. Now, let's go through the steps of the hero's journey, right? You see that there's an issue. You see that there's a problem, but instead of attacking the problem, you're running away from the problem. Notice in the hero's journey, he gets the list of requirements of the problem, and he goes to the problem. He goes, or she goes to the problem. You can't run away from your problems expecting them to change. You got to go directly through them. You have to talk to them. You have to walk through them. You have to fight through them. You got to be the person that you're trying to be all the time, because I'm telling you right now, your hero's journey is not going to be easy. See, because in the hero's journey, like we talked about, right, you had to identify the problem. You found the problem. Now you identify what's the solution, okay? And whatever the solution may be, that takes action items to follow up after that. If you do not have actions that allow you to actually go successfully, by the way, successfully achieve those solutions, then you'll end up back at square one. And here's the thing with the hero's journey. Once you found your solutions, it's time to tribe up. What's that mean? It's time to tribe up. It's time to find the person that can stand next to you and be your number two, and it's okay to be your number two. What does that mean? Not everybody has to be the star player. It's okay to be the role player, but you have to put people in your life who are okay playing those roles. See, and here's the thing though, just because of that, right, it's not goes to say that that role player is not a star player in their own hero's journey, right? And you're not playing their number two. See, this world and this life is about equal love. It's about equal giving back to the people that are giving to you. Right? So although, yes, you are on your hero's journey, the people who are a part of your tribe are also on their own hero's journey, right? So they're playing a role in your life as the number two, but you might be playing a role in their life as the number two. So what does that mean? You now have to be the best version of yourself, because the best version of yourself is better for everybody else. That's your enemies that you're going to face. That is your friends who are going to ride. And that's your family who's going to believe. Come on now. I don't know if you hear me. You got to understand that because that's so important for you to be the best version of yourself, that's allowing your friends, your enemies, and your family to decide where they stand with you. You understand me? Because family can be enemies, friends can be enemies, family can be friends, and friends can be family. Understand, even you can learn something even from your biggest enemy and your biggest trial and tribulation. So what are you doing through your hero's journey? Let's move forward in the journey. See, now you're forced to actually face the problem. You and your tribe, the person that you brought with you to face the problem, it's now time to face the problem. And here's the thing about the hero's journey. During that journey, right, during facing that problem, this is something that nobody tells you. You're going to lose. You're going to fail. You're going to learn a lesson that allows you to win next time, because here's the thing. Although you're facing the big problem, it doesn't mean that you succeed in the first try. Not the second try, the first try, the first try, the first try. You are going to fail in the first try. You might succeed in the second try. You might succeed in the third try. You might succeed in the fourth try, but it's not guaranteed, so you got to keep working on it. Those failures are only lessons. You only lose when you don't learn anything. You got to listen to what I'm saying. You only lose when you don't learn anything. There's no such thing as losing unless you didn't learn anything. You only learn to win. And you got to also understand once you have won, because this is not the only time you'll face an adverse situation. It is not. It's not going to be the last time either. So you not only have to learn from your quote unquote losses, but you also have to learn from your wins. Why is that important? Because you have to know what it looks like to succeed. And you have to remind yourself when things get extremely dark. Not just dark. I'm talking extremely dark. That what does it look like at the end of the tunnel when the light is shining brighter than you're willing to understand? Then you're willing to understand. See, 9 times out of 10, you'll go through positions in your life that seem very dark. Very dark. You'll ask yourself, do I deserve to be here? Is this for me? Do I deserve this life? Yes, you deserve this life because it's yours. It's yours. Nobody else's. It's yours. Is it difficult? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. Is it going to be trying? Yes. Is there going to be adversity? Yes. But here's the thing. It's your adversity. It's your difficulty. It's your problem. And the only person who can actually fix the problem is you. You got to decide to make the change. That's what allows you to beat the big boss, the big adversity in your life, the big difficulty in your life. That's what gives you the power. That's what gives you the wheelhouse. That's what gives you everything that you need to be the person, the man, the woman, the child, the son, the daughter, the uncle, the aunt, the everything in between that you need to be to get through that big situation. It's going to take you being your best for you to get through your worst. 100%. It's going to take you being your best to get through your worst, because it's not going to be easy. You understand? That role that person that is playing in your life, right? That tribe member that you brought onto you, right? They are there to help you out. What does that look like? What does that look like? It might be a simple conversation. Man, I'm not feeling good today. Can we talk? It might be, yo, I need some help on trying to figure out this solution. Can we talk? Yo, I'm struggling right now. I don't know who to turn to. Can we talk? But it's going to take you being the best version of you in order for that to happen. You have to speak up. You have to say something. You have to be the person that stands forward and shows people that this is how you get through the problem. I'm walking in my faith. I'm walking with grace. I'm giving myself love. I'm fighting for me. That takes a lot of work. That is difficult. It is very difficult. You got to work for it. You got to earn the right to say you are your best self. If you're not working on yourself and you're rather focused on just doing your job every single day, you're going to work every single day. You're on your journey every single day, but you have not worked on you. You have not worked on your craft. What's going to happen when Big Boss comes back around? That big adversity comes back around. It's going to make you fail again. You want to get to your success faster? You want to get to your tries less? You don't want to try as much? You want to win in the first try? In order for you to win in the first try, you got to prepare and put in the time and put in the effort. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the time that you've put in time and time again to make you into the person that you said you wanted to be. You got to figure out, okay, this is the hard part. You got to figure out the person that you want to be, that you said you wanted to be as a kid. Oh, man, I don't know if you hear me. You got to figure out who you want to be that you said you were going to be as a kid. That same person that you said that you wanted to be, what do they look like? Do they have the house? Do they have the car? Are they mentally sane? Are they emotionally stable? Are they physically great? Are they feeling the way that you want to feel? If you are not actually chasing the person that you imagined yourself to be when you were a child, then you're doing that child a disservice. You're doing that child a disservice. You have earned every right to fight to be where you are. So keep fighting. Keep fighting. It's okay. It's okay. It's painful. Yes, I know. It's okay. It hurts. Yes, I know. It's okay. It's very okay. It's all right. I don't want to be here no more. That's okay. It hurts. I understand. It's not okay. It's not feeling great right now. It doesn't feel okay right now. It's not okay right now. But I'm telling you, it's going to be okay. But the only way that happens is if you make that decision. Is if you say that you're going to be okay. If you say that I'm going to make a change. Because if you don't make a change, stop looking for somebody to throw you a raft because it's never coming. The only people that are going to help you survive through this life that you're fighting through is God and yourself and the help of others. Notice I said the help of others, but ultimately it comes down to you because you got to make a decision to allow these people to help you. Let's get back to the hero's journey. You fought through the big adverse situation. You learned something. You learned from that win, as we said previously. You learned from that win. So now when you restart the hero's journey all over again because there's another adverse situation coming back to you, right? You are stronger now. You'll do better now. You handle that situation better now because you've worked at it. You spent time on it. You played the game. You've done it over and over and over and over again. That's what makes you a strong person. That's what allows you as the flower to grow. And if you're not taking time to water yourself, you're causing yourself problems. So let's do this. Promise me this. As you go on your hero's journey, okay, realize that, yes, there's levels to this. There's a system to this. You got to understand the problem. You got to find the solution. You got to find some help. And then you got to face the big problem. And after you face the big problem, you got to set up actions. You got to set up plans. You got to do things that allows you to eventually beat that big problem. And what does that look like? It is trial and error. You might not succeed in the first time, and that is okay. But you might succeed in the second. If you take the time to learn about yourself, you might succeed in the third. If you lost in the second, but you learned from the second. See, here's the thing. Again, as I said before, the only time you lose is when you don't learn. And the only way that you win is because you've actually taken the time to put actions toward the things that you've learned from, that you've studied from. Did you study you? You went to school for 4 years. You went to school for 5 years. But did you study you? You paid all that money, right? Or all that time, whether you played a sport or did something else, right? You paid all that money, you paid all that time, but yet you haven't invested time into yourself. You only spent time doing things what everybody else told you to do. But what do you want? That's a decision that you got to make. This is Tre'd Talk. Start making the right decisions. Start doing the right things. This is Tre'd Talk. I'm Tre Tipton. It's good talking to you. But hey, your hero's journey ain't over. Keep fighting through the adverse situations. You deserve it.